Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. I am back over by the plastic. As you can see, I have changed things a little since last time, but I am not actually completely happy with this arrangement either, aside from the fact that things are a little bit imbalanced or unbalanced at the moment. This double red unload is not actually fast enough. Let me show you. If you have Okay, let's have a look at this. There's plenty of petroleum gas coming in, that's not a problem. If we have a look in here, you'll see the coal runs out, it comes to a stop. This is while it's being supplied coal constantly. If we go down the other end, you will see that there is in fact, here, as soon as this is empty, the coal train has to go away. There's a gap. It'll be a protracted period of time when nothing is being supplied here. We will have to, the coal train isn't gone for long, but we'll have to set it up so that it can there's always one ready to come into the station, which means we'll need a second one, but that can wait for now. It's not a priority. What is a priority right now is going back to the main base and getting some productivity modules. I'll show you why we need these. Basically in here, where we're building the red circuits in particular for our processing units, we are missing a severe number of the red circuits. And that is not helping, so but also we could do with some more logistic bots. Every now and then we get a few back, but most of the time they are running continuously, which means once the speed is able to be boosted up, we might well be okay, but for now it is a little bit problematic. So over here they're not even moving at the moment, but we're going to have to be a little bit careful that we don't dump all of our prod modules in here, because it's over here that we need them. We don't really need any of the speed modules. We've had enough of those because of how I overweighted everything in favour of the speed modules up here, and at the other place as well for that matter. So what we'll do is we'll come over here and grab what we have for prod modules. Since these are still out of the network, 107, it's not a lot, but we can probably supplement that. Yeah, we can probably supplement that. Let's head to our iron one. Have a quick look at how solar's going. That's quite significant. What's the count? It's here, 171. We are going to have to put a check on there if we do want it to stop at 220, or basically 19. So that's something to bear in mind as well. I guess I'll jump on board this thing. Let's skirt round here because I'm not exactly sure if that's going to demand we pick up things with modules. Oh, and this train line needs a little bit more logic, but we'll think about that at another time. Main thing for now is to get the modules that have been built down at our module area. And I must admit that I am emphasizing speed modules down here as well, so the number of prod modules that we can pick up is probably a little bit limited. I have them collecting here, so we have 151 prod modules, we have about another 1,000 speed modules, so yeah, we might be a little bit overweighted there, but that's just how it is. So it's the second one here in particular that I want to get the prod modules into we don't have our bots in at the moment. Where are they, in fact? Oh, I've got my running armor in. That's why. So there we go. Flying out now. And we're probably just about out. Hopefully that will speed things up just a tad though. And I guess we'll swap over our armors again. Jump back on board. How are we going here? We are up to 133,000. We're out of copper. Oh yes, so this little copper train is causing us some level of drama over here. Let me have a look. See if we can come up with something cleverer. At the moment, I'm basically saying that it can't come through here unless there is sufficient for it to pick up a whole load through here. I think that's the logic that we have. Yeah. But we have none here either. 63,000. Oh. It's actually, the real problem is probably the slow load here. Now that this is actually being stressed. It's not a function of bots. They're picking up the copper ore as soon as it's available pretty much. It's just a function of our productivity, mining productivity. It only goes to 80,000, so we've caught it at a bad moment. It should be done fairly soon. Do we go over there and slap down more miners so that this speeds up? I mean, there are some gaps where we could put a few more miners, and they're going to leave empty holes if we don't. So I guess the answer is yes, we do. Oh, it's over here, right. Let's jump on board this thing. Go back to our train. Let's see if we can sort this out, get a little bit more throughput happening from that copper mine. So we don't have any miners. We need some, maybe 100. Make sure we also have 100 of the passive providers. And maybe the other thing is I'll get some more Logibots, maybe 400. No, we're not going to fit that. 200, say. Well, I mean, we could fit it if I made a point of clearing some of the junk out, but in the absence of that, let's just head back. So these bots are for the where we're doing the red circuits. We may not need that many more, but a few more would probably help. How are you going? 133,000, and you're out. You're out of copper, of course. We knew that. Here we are. We have the passive providers. We've got the miners, so now we're just getting the bots. Actually, we could take more than 200. 3 perhaps. Let's go back to, while we're waiting for that, let's just go back to the oil. So because we've changed how we're doing this, our demand for petroleum won't be as high, which means we won't get the same throughput on the fuel. I don't really like this whole construction, even though it is working for now. So I am probably going to come back here and revisit it to make it something that we can have a train come in and be direct loaded again. We'll end up with more actual of these guys, but we won't have, well, we don't have any bots, but we won't need all of the loading onto belt and the belt hijinks to load here. It's not a, I guess it's not a priority right now, but it is a consideration for the future. And these ones tend to unload slowest just because we're not getting the volume through here, because we're not drawing off the light oil onto the fuel. We must be done. Let's go back to iron 1. So yeah, there's a fair amount of effort to get this whole thing operational. We are dealing with the most complex part of it though, I think. So as we go down the sciences, it will start getting a little bit easier as we go. A little bit easier, a little bit lower in terms of volumes required as well. Am I just going to run? I might just run. So let's go to where we're mining first. The iron doesn't seem to be causing us the same level of issue yet, probably because more of the productivity modules will probably reduce this issue with the copper ore. Okay. That'll do for there. There. Can probably just reverse that one around. Nope. So the station, but we can just locate that there. It's mainly actually in the interior here that we've got room. Except we don't have as much room as I was hoping for, but that's alright. Yeah, you can go there. And let's just do a quick blueprint of that bit. Oh, I've probably got the wrong armors in now. Yes, this is the one that I want. Ugh. Not all of these are created equal. to come further in to get to those guys. Oops. Oh, come on, dude. Dude. Ah, that does not have power. That's no good. Oh, that doesn't actually help it. So, I mean, that doesn't actually help it that much. Looks like this lot could probably do with at least 50 more robots as well, though. Let's give them 50, see what happens. I'd say it's equalised. Get our speed back. So there are a couple of there are a couple of areas like this one where we didn't manage to fit something in. Any others like that? Alright, let's go back to the sky. So all these extras can be accommodated. Those extra few that we've added in. Oops. Thing there. And that looks like we have fixed up copper for now. I mean, we could always go with the dense coverage. Probably wouldn't hurt. It's just we don't need it to be that fast at the moment. Where is this plane that I've been travelling around in? Is it up here? Yes, it is. Okay. We're hoofing it though. So, I mean, we still have the same issue here where we are waiting for the front part to get to, well, it's actually there now. So this one has temporarily been turned off, but the train is very close to full, but not quite. Yeah, that's pretty useless, isn't it? So it can fill up the rest of the way there. It's still shut. This still has 80,000. It's just waiting for the other train to get out of the way, so at least copper will be flowing again. Should come down to here, which is where we need it to keep everything moving. We shouldn't have to manually interfere like that, though. It is, I guess it's part of this design to get it really working is going to be quite the technical challenge. How's this one filling up? It's almost full. That's excellent. So this end is basically empty. This end is, oh, it's still got 70,000 odd. And this train, 73, 74. On its way. Yeah, that's it's just below the threshold, well, quite a bit actually at the moment. How are we going over here? Still no good. How are we going over here? Still waiting on the red circuits, 158. It's almost there. I think these take 160,000. Iron train has left. And it will probably help once we have the prod modules up in this part as well, but really we need the train to do its delivery for that to have any chance of happening. Are you running? Yes. It's just you don't have prod modules. Oh, and we were going to deliver some more bots over there as well. Where are we? All the way back here. Okay. I need more paths badly, don't I? But never mind. So once more we're back to congestion here. 25k, yeah. And it's kind of suggesting perhaps we need to get more of the copper on. So our total copper supply should be more than these two trains feeding both of these, so that's kind of part of the issue. What was I going? Oh, I was going to get bots, wasn't I? Bots over to this one here. See how that goes. See if it equalizes at a level below. No. Looks like it needs all of those bots and some more. Ah, reds are off. Down to here. So this should kick off I mean, this train's got absolutely nothing on it at the moment, but it should kick off some activity. Let's have a look what production figures are saying. So we've only got one of our red units operating at 7.2. It's over. This is 1,000 a minute, which is pretty good. If it's a full minute, it's still building up to that number. Actually, what is this lot saying? 7. Yeah, it's not as nice as I'd like it to be. So wow, just about burnt through. Oh, just about unloaded, not burnt through. I don't think one of those is enough to fully load one of these. Although, since it only uses 2 red per module, you never know. What it will probably do is create enough demand for the green circuit train to come down, which in fact it actually, oh no, the green circuit train's just sitting here because these back ones take a while to unload due to the usual unloading unevenness with these bot delivery mechanisms. Okay, so we're up to 1.7k. I think we end up with about 40,000. Well, the blues stack to half size of the green and red, and the speed modules stack to a quarter size. The speed module 1s, they stack to 50 rather than 100, and they're 200. Where are we? Right, that's where we are. It seems to be managing a lot better now. Maybe it's overcome its they probably didn't need all of those extra bots after all, possibly. So yes, down here, we're not even close. Well, the very end one's not even close. What about the top end? Loading up a bit faster, not really. So yeah, a long way to go. So what we probably need to do then is look at bringing on board another copper. So that was the second iron. We don't need that so much, but this one here would be well worth bringing on board. Well, these names probably need changing. So this guy can become a big copper 2. Big copper 2. It's going to need radar. I don't know what the state of the rest of it is. And then these two, that one and this one are copper B, copper 2 smelt, big copper 2 smelt. be copper 2 smelt. And this one is what do I call it? Copper pickup 2 pickup. It's not pickup, it's drop off. I've labelled them wrong. It's these smelts are actually pickups. Pickup 2 pickup, or copper pickup 2. Copper pickup 2. Pick up 2. And this one is B copper 2 smelt. Right. B copper 2 smelt. Okay. So what we need to do is fill out all of these bits. We don't have the return mechanism worked out there particularly well. I am thinking it's probably going to have to share in this return mechanism. So it will have to cross over here, unfortunately. That's all that we really can do. Do I have some rail? I do have some rail. Okay. Basically what I'm going to do is just enable the crossover of the copper as an additional supply down here. So that's copper, iron, plastic, so this one should be copper. I may even just do that while we're here. Oops. Okay. That's not good. Let's not do it like that. No. Let's just be a little bit wary of that. Traffic. Now, where are these guys? There they are. Right. I think that will suffice up here. Instead of that, all we are going to need for now is one of those, and this line has to be our connecting copper line, I believe. It's certainly one of them. Where does the other one go? Ah, this is the other one. Copper, copper. Alright. For now, we will just have them merge. Like so. Okay, that should work. Why does that one not work? There, that should be fine. Okay, you need tons and tons of beacons, smelters, you need power. There you go, you got power. Do I have that somewhere? Yes, I do. So you need about 1,000 beacons, right. This is where that big slow plane comes into its own. We'll load it up with beacons. And speed modules. And all that good stuff. Fuels and, oh, look at all that coal. Okay, let's get rid of all the coal first. Can tell what I used as a dumping ground while I was trying to do those rearrangements at in the first place. Oops, I don't want to. Oh, good, we're not picking them up. It looks like we may need to do some more work here at the iron mine. Very slow plane. We need to come up. Need to come up to here. Not here, right up to the very top. Where we can race along here. You know what I'm going to do is get rid of a whole lot of this, but I'm going to do it off camera, so let's do a quick pause. So here we are back here. What I'm going to do is run off. Let's dump some things. Oh, I don't want those. I don't need those. Okay, so we're not going to need those. We're not going to need any of these patterns. We're not going to need those. We're not going to need wagons just at the moment either. Or water fill. Or engines. Or these things. What we do need are well, let's get the beacons first. So let's go for like 1,000 beacons. $500, say. Actually, we can't even fit 500 here. Right, we're not going to have enough beacons. What else do we need? We need track, maybe not too much track. Oh, that may not be the right pattern, actually. That's more like it. So let's get 200 furnaces, unless we already have some. We do. Oops, which one was it? That one. 600 of these guys, which basically means we better get 700. We get 250 of those. 250 of the blues. Uh, 96, so let's make sure we have 100 of those guys. Yep, wrong one again. 40. Do I have some already? Yes, I do. Maybe, oh, we've got rail on there? No. How much rail did it say we needed? 700. I think we are slightly short on rail, but that should be remedied in a moment. Right, let us go and deploy our new copper mine, or at least start. We're probably running low on time at this point. I think copper is going to need some attention here. Probably both of these are going to need, that's interesting. Both of those are probably going to need some attention. Here we go. We'll be able to see very soon if we ever put the miners on here. No, we did not. Okay, so we're going to need to do that, obviously. And this is where we start. I'm going to have to back up and jump out so that I can swap the armors over. Let's get back on board because it's easiest to do it from the plane. Whoops. Watch our massive guys come out. Alright, yes. We need to pop out. Whoops, no, I don't want to go over there, otherwise it will start putting stuff on the wrong place. But I do want to come back here, grab more of these. here. We need these guys. We need a few of these guys. Got this crowd of bots. Just pop back up the top to make sure that all of the furnaces got placed. I don't think they have. And down to the second segment here. Wow. Grab the rest of those. And because some of them ran off to our neighbour, we are actually out of beacons. Right, we'll get some more beacons. Does it say how many we're out? Hard to know, 300 or 400 maybe. We will also get as many of the... Oh, don't waste your stuff down there, guys. Have to wait for them all to return. Pretty much exactly 50. Bother. Oh, there's some robots over here. Hard to know. Oh, they will... They'll have to catch up in their own good time. We need to get another 400 beacons, we need modules, we need miners, all sorts of good things. That's not the one. It's not the one. Let's come up. How's our fuel going? It's going pretty well. Get that. Some of those up there. No, we don't want these. Oh, do I actually need that many? Yeah, pretty much. That won't be enough of those, and that means we don't have enough beacons. Okay. Up to our collection point for beacons. I've actually exhausted beacons, so that's not going to be able to fill out. What we do need in addition, miners, and we probably need some more passive supplies, and maybe some more of these. Oh, we've got enough of those, maybe, I don't know, 200. And then I guess some more of these then. Alright. They'll have to do for now. Good, we're not going to be interacting until we get to our destination with our bots. Yeah, this is struggling. Okay, we're getting to the top part here. Back off just a bit. Oh, I didn't bring these guys, but never mind. Well, we're definitely missing some roboports, but maybe not too much else. Just up there, and then down here. Oh, that's right. All of the blue ones are in there. Now, why that does that, let's just have a quick look-see. How are you going? 20k, 20k. That must be pretty close. No, it's not full. Can do more than that. We're still trying to unload the last few greens. Unfortunately, because of the precedence by which these get unloaded. How's this going? 156. It looks like it will be full again soon, so that at least is working well. We have a huge backlog down here of the green and red, so this side's not really getting called on. We can move down. Steady stream, let's just come over here, grab those. Right, we only need prod modules in that top bit. Down to the second one. Should have more or less enough to complete this, bar the prod modules of course. One quick scan just to see if we're missing any. Doesn't appear too bad. So guys, I think we're going to leave it there. I will probably actually get a train set up, radars, power, and connect this up to the return over here, just so we can have a little bit more going. But thanks for joining me for this. Progress is slow, but we are making some. Well, it's down to, there we go, the reds are back, so at least there's something. Maybe we don't actually need the copper after all. Never mind. Anyway, thanks for joining me guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.